All right, welcome back, everybody. From one winter-based sport to another, we turn our attention now to speed skating, where the members of the Regina Speed Skating Club are up and running, although registration is still open, so they invite you to join the party, so to speak, if you wish. Let's entice you with three members of that organization. We'll tell you all the great stuff they have going on, and you'll just sign up immediately. Dan Oremba is a board member. He joins us this evening. Working our way in from Dan at the far end of the table, we have two young skaters with the club, Allyson Drever and Marin Nelson. Dan, we'll start with you. Have you compiled membership numbers yet this year, or is it still too early? Or basically, I guess what I'm getting at is, how's it looking? Up, down, holding steady?
Holding steady from last year. We're down over the last couple of years. We had some older skaters that kind of graduated high school and moved on a few years ago, but we're always looking for more young skaters to join the sport.
So we are certainly not too late for anyone to register for the upcoming season. How do they do that?
They can go to reginaspeedskating.ca and check us out. All the registration information is there, but they can always come out to the Cooperators some night and come watch, and you can even join in.
I'm guessing it doesn't cost a lot to be a speed skater.
Not too much. The club provides all the equipment you need. We can rent out the skates and the skin suits, the Kevlar suits. All you need is a helmet and some knee pads and some leather gloves for your own purchase. Everything else the club has to rent out.
Allyson, Team Sask jacket on. Does that mean you represented our fair province at like a Canada Winter Games or something?
A couple of years ago in 2017, I skated with the Regina Speed Skating Club for the Sask Winter Games. And we did fairly well in that. We came in second or third, I believe, so it was awesome.
How many years have you been skating?
Oh, that'll be my 6th or 7th year coming up. That's a lot. Wow.
Yeah, oh yeah, you must feel so tired. How'd you get your start?
I originally started in figure skating, but they told me I was too fast and that they weren't gonna move me up anymore. So then my parents saw an ad and they're like, let's try this, let's try speed skating, and I loved it, so.
You're too fast. Again, something I've never heard in my life.
Exactly. What do you love about the sport?
A lot of it, I just love how, like, honestly going fast. It's a lot of fun, and you get to see, you kind of get to push the limits where it's like, normally you kind of have to be careful at how fast you're going so that you're not pushing people over, but like when you're racing, it's just, it's all you have to win. You can't hold back.
Question for both of you. The Regina Speed Skating Club has got a pretty nice alumni list. You know, people that have gone to the Olympics, they've done a lot of things. When you see what they have done, how much does that inspire you to want to be like them?
A lot.
Who do you look at? Who do you look up to?
I know I've actually met Marsha Hudie before. She's an Olympian.
Yep.
So she's one of the people I really looked up to just because I actually met her, got to talk to her, and she seemed like a super nice lady.
For me, it'd be Lucas Mikowski. He's another guy that I met, and he kind of helped coach me at one of the fastest funds, and it was awesome.
Dan, your alumni, they don't sort of forget about the Regina Speed Skating Club either. They're always sort of willing to help you guys out if they're around, aren't they?
Yeah, that's right. We've had events in the past where they've come back to the club to help out on ice.
Marin, tell us about your start in the sport. How'd you get started?
I actually was also a figure skater. I did a lot of figure skating, but I wasn't particularly good at it. And I was more of a fan of just skating in circles really fast.
Nice. Only there were a sport where you could do that.
Yeah, so actually one day my brother and my dad were talking, so they're like, you know, we should try speed skating sometime. So yeah, we
Again,
did.
what do you love about it?
Honestly,
I'm assuming you do, because you're here, so hopefully you do.
Going really fast. I love skating fast, the wind in my face and whatever. And I like all the people at speed skating are all super nice. It's fun to go there.
What's your specialty, long track or short track?
I generally like long track.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You?
Well, I'd say short track, but I'm starting to focus a lot more on long track this year, so yeah.
Different skills or different, I guess, abilities required to specialize in one over the other?
A lot of it is in short track, you kind of have to, it's harder in the narrow corners and stuff like that. In the long track, you have a lot more room to move, and you don't have to worry about crashing into the boards as much, just maybe a snowbank or two.
Dan, you moved to Mount Pleasant in January, weather permitting, and I'm guessing by January we will have weather that will have you outside. What basically is the ideal conditions for you guys when it comes to outdoor training?
Ideally, like -10 or so, but here in the prairies, we're used to cold and strong winds, so we've got a lot of skaters who have skated into the wind to build up some strength, and they've skated with the wind to kind of recover, but we've skated through snow and freezing rain and everything.
When we have those bitterly cold temperatures that we know we're going to get in a Saskatchewan winter, can you guys move back indoors for a couple of days if you have to, or is it just a case of, yeah, it's too cold tonight to practice?
Usually when it is cold, there's a limit, like -35, I think, is the limit, and then we pretty much say that's it. We're gonna just do a dry land training instead. That's about it, because we give up our ice time for January and February, and we're back indoors in March.
Dan, give I guess a quick rundown on the various sorts of programming the club offers. I mean, you've literally got something from folks who've never tried it to high-performance athletes.
Yeah, the last few years we've had a Learn to Speed Skate program, so anyone who wanted to come try out the sport, there was an 8 or a 10-week program where the coaches brought in the kids and basically taught them the basics of speed skating. So then they would join a club to be the fundamental stage. So you're learning more of the skills of speed skating. Then you progress to the learn to train phase, then train to train, and then you become like a junior, then a senior, if you keep advancing.
We asked the ladies this question, but we did not ask you. How did you get involved in this sport? Are you a former skater, or do you have a child? And
Yeah.
Look, you're on the list.
I've never speed skated. My son is a speed skater. He's in his 6th year, and he was same thing. He was in just skating lessons, and he just wanted to continue after that, and we found this for him.
For those that are interested in the Speed Skating Club, how do they find you?
Best way, you can check us out on our website, reginaspeedskating.ca, or through our Facebook page, or even on Twitter.
Sounds great. Thanks so much for doing this. Have a great season, and hopefully the conditions are ideal for you guys outdoors, because that means they're ideal for the rest of us as well, so that's good.
And
Thank
skate
you.
fast.
Okay, thank you.
In circles. Yeah. Yeah. If you go in a straight line, that won't end well.
No.
Thank you so much, folks. Stick around. Much more to come.